Welcome to the first video of a small chakra series. Today we'll be starting with the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. So it's everything to do with feeling safe and grounded. If you would like to have an affirmation during this practice, you can always say, I am safe. So this will be a very grounding practice. We'll stay close to the earth, nice and grounded, and we'll start in Shavasana. So taking up the space on your mat, allowing your arms to fall to either side, palms facing the ceiling, and your feet to flop to either side. Breathing naturally here. Calming the body, calming the nerves, calming yourself. Bringing your legs up into your chest. Wrapping your arms around your legs. This small cocoon of safety here would probably be a good time for your affirmation. I am safe. Bring your left foot down to the mat and bring your right leg into both of your arms. But remember to soften your shoulders and relax your jaw. We want to feel this in your hamstrings, so don't worry if you've still got a slight bend in your knee. But we're going to alternate between flexing our foot and pointing our toes. That way we can also feel it in the calf as well as your hamstring. Bringing your right foot to the ground and picking up your left. We'll do the same on the left hand side, so keep alternating between your flexed foot and pointing the toes. Bringing the left foot back to the mat to join the right. Bringing your hands to either side, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up into bridge pose. Keeping your shoulders firmly planted into the mat, the chest is open and the ribs are down, unflared. Hugging your thighs in to ensure that you don't roll out onto your smaller toe, with equal weight going through both heels. One breath here, and then gently bring everything back down to the mat. Coming up slowly for butterfly pose. The soles of your feet will come together, knees apart. Just allow your upper body to melt over your lower body. With your palms facing the ceiling, breathe deep. Don't forget your breath is a wonderful tool, and if it shortens at any point, it might be an indication that you've gone a little bit too far. So maybe ease off just slightly. Gently lifting up and release your legs straight out in front of you. Coming into the next pose, staff pose, Dandasana, bring both hands to your side, and this is an activated pose, so you want to push through those hands into the mat. And you also want to keep your legs activated, so push down through your heels and your seat and flex your feet. Bring both hands a few inches behind, bend the knees, ground the feet, and lift the hips up into a reverse tabletop. Good, bring that back down to the mat, and we'll come forward and we'll head into a toe squat. So this can actually be pretty intense. If at any point that you'd like to come out, please feel free to do so. Coming up onto your toes and sitting back on your heels. Inhale, bring your arms to cactus, and then wrap your right arm under the left, binding once or twice. Breathe deep here. On your next breath, cactus the arms, and let's wrap the left under the right this time, binding once or twice. One breath. On your next inhale, bring your arms back to cactus, and exhale both hands to the mat. Tapping your feet out because that toe stretch was intense, and then bring your hands behind you and we'll stretch out the ankles. Don't forget to keep your chest lifted here. Good, moving through to tabletop position, placing your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keeping the focus in the legs, bring your right foot back and push into that heel. Grounding the right heel, coming into a modified side plank, you want to stack your shoulders and open up through the chest. Taking your eye gaze up to your right hand if it's comfortable. And for a challenge, float the right leg to around about hip height. Concentrating on your stability. Bringing that right foot back to the ground. Right hand comes back to the mat. Right knee comes in. And we'll switch it up for the other side. Left foot comes back, push through that back heel. Into your modified side plank, ground through the left heel, bring the left arm up to the sky, stack the shoulders, open the chest, and take your eye gaze to the left hand if it's comfortable to you. Feel free to float the left leg up to your hip height. Bringing the left foot back to the mat, the left hand comes back down, and the left knee in. Tucking your toes and pushing your hips up and back, we'll reach our first downward dog. With it being the first of the class, feel free to paddle out your feet, sway through your hips, whatever makes you comfortable here. Start to walk forward to the top of your mat. Bringing your feet to hip width distance, we'll bend on knees and come into ragdoll pose, grabbing a hold of your elbows with your hands and just swaying from side to side. Bringing your hands to the mat and gently rolling up through the spine, pushing equally into both heels to protect your lower back. Moving through to Mountain Pose Tadasana, lift your shoulders up, back and down, creating plenty of space between your ears and your shoulders, standing nice and tall. Sending the energy through your fingers, spread nice and wide, and your palms facing forward. Bringing more energy into the body, we'll be moving through a few sun salutations. Inhale the arms to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Right foot comes back first, left to follow. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog. And exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Taking one long, deep, relaxing breath here. Bending your knees, bringing the right foot to the top of the mat, left to follow. Inhale to a flat back and exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms to rise and exhale to your heart's prayer. Inhale, arms up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, left foot comes back, right to follow. Inhale in your plank, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog and exhale into your down dog. Bend your knees, bring your left foot forward, right foot to follow. Inhale to a flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms to rise and exhale into your heart's prayer. Inhale the arms up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back and exhale, take both hands to the mat and hop back this time for your plank, chaturanga, through to up dog and push back for your down dog. Taking deep, long breaths here. Bend your knees and hop to the front of the mat. Inhale to a flat back and exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms to rise. Exhale to your heart's prayer. Coming back into your Tadasana now for a reset to transition to our next sequence. Inhale the arms up and exhale, forward fold. Hop back into plank, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog and exhale, push back into your downward facing dog, lifting up the right leg and opening up the hip. Breathing deep here, keeping the shoulders nice and square, and make sure that your hands are firmly planted into the mat. Bring that right foot in between your hands and come forward, staying strong into the legs, into a runner's lunge. Staying up onto your fingertips, and then bring that right arm on the inside of your right leg, and then you can plant them, both of your hands, firmly into the mat. Left hand stays down, right arm to rise for your easy twist. Take your eye gaze up to the fingertips. Bring that arm back, down and around through to the top of your mat, coming into chair pose. Big toes to touch, heels apart, and sit down in the hips. Hands to heart's prayer, take your left elbow to the outer edge of your right knee and twist. Just check your knees are in a line here, sometimes they can be knocked out of alignment. Coming back through to center. And all the way up. We'll move through tree pose, bringing your left foot to the inner edge of your right thigh or your calf, or even have it on the floor. Wherever you are today, that's where you are. Breathing deep. Focusing on one spot in front of you. And make sure that your standing right leg, your toes aren't scrunched into the floor. Standing strong, standing stable, breathing deep. Come back through to center. Widen your feet, heels in, toes out, and sit down into your malasana, your yogi squat. Sitting back into your hips, but keeping your chest nice and open, eye gaze forward. Heel toe your feet in slightly, coming up into your boat pose, engaging the core, bringing your hands by your leg side, and lifting up through the chest, eye gaze forward. Bring everything to the mat, hands a few inches behind, and come up into your reverse tabletop. Hugging the thighs, sending the energy through your heels. And then bring that to hover just above the mat before you come to take a seated position. Coming back through staff pose. Inhale the arms to rise and exhale forward fold. On your next breath, cross the legs and come forward to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog and exhale into your down dog. Taking it over to the left hand side, inhale, the left leg lifts, open up through your hip, keep the shoulders nice and stacked and hands firmly planted into the mat. Bring that left leg forward now in between your hands. Coming into your runner's lunge. Before you bring the left hand to the inner edge of your left leg. Keeping your right hand down, lifting the left arm up for your easy twist. Taking your eye gaze to the fingertips. Bringing the left arm back down through to the top of the mat to come into your chair pose. Big toes to touch, heels apart and sink down in your hips. Hands to heart's prayer and bring your right elbow to the outer edge of the left knee. Come back through to center. And rise. Coming into tree pose on the right hand side now. Bring your right foot to the inner left thigh, on your calf or on the floor. It's your practice, you decide. Just make sure that you don't put it anywhere around the knee area. trying to find that one spot that's not moving that can feed the stability back to you. Bringing the right foot back to the mat, coming into Malasana, your yogi squat. Hips sink down, chest up and forward. Bring your feet in slightly, coming up for your boat pose, keeping the chest nice and tall. And your arms fall to either side of your legs, engaging your core. Take your hands back now, keeping your knees bent to move through into your reverse tabletop. Melting back down to hover, and then take your seat. Inhale the arms to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing the feet and coming forward to your plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale through to up dog. And exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Walking forward to the top of the mat, coming back into your ragdoll pose, feet hip width distance, grabbing your elbows with your hands and just swaying, releasing any tension, keeping a nice generous bend in the knees. Bring your hands to the mat, heel toe your feet in and roll up through the spine. Press equally in your heels to protect your lower back. Coming into a Utkatasana one more time, a little bit of a challenge here. Bring your heels up off the ground, coming up so that they're past the ball of your foot, up onto your toes. Wobbling here is more than normal. Forward fold. And inhale to rise. Grab your right inner foot and push that foot against your palm, bringing the left arm forward, keeping the right hip down. And release. Coming back for another Utkatasana challenge. Bring your heels up off the ground, coming up onto your toes. Don't worry, I'm wobbling here too. Forward fold. Good. Inhale to rise. And then grab your left inner foot, push that foot against the palm. Right arm comes forward. Keeping the left hip down, melting forward, lifting the leg, and release. With your feet as wide as the mat, come down into your last yogi squat. Sitting back into your heels. Chest lifts up, eye gaze forward. If you want a bit of a deeper stretch here, you can always push against your legs with your elbows and upper arms. You'll know your own limits, but be kind to yourself. slowly melt back down to the mat. For reclined butterfly, bring your soles of the feet together, knees fall apart. And for your hands here, you can place them on your stomach and feel your breath, or you can place them just either side of your body. Gently bring your knees back up to center. Coming up into deer pose, bring your left leg forward and then your right to the side so that your right hip is in line with your right knee. A 90-90 shape. Then slowly lower onto your forearms, getting a big juicy stretch through the inner groin into the quads. Gently coming up, swapping the right out for the left. So the right shin is now in line with the top edge of your mat, and the left hip is in line with your left knee. Slowly come on back onto your forearms or wherever is comfortable for you, for that stretch through the inner groin into your left quad. Coming up once again. It might feel nice to do a windshield wiper motion with your legs. Before we take a seat and come into one last forward fold. Feel free to have a bend in your legs here. Be kind to your hamstrings and your lower back. Breathing deep. Gently rise, we were there for a while, and then come onto your back. Bring your heels in to touch your fingertips, engage your glutes and lift your hips up for bridge pose. Hug the thighs and make sure that you have equal weight between your heels. Chest is open but your ribs are unflared. melt that back to the mat. And then once again, the windshield wiper motion with your legs. Bring your knees into your chest. And then release them down for your final pose, Shavasana. Relax your forehead, your jaw, your whole face. Relax your shoulders, your arms and hands. Relax your chest, your stomach. Relax your legs, your feet and your toes. Release the control of your breath and just let that flow naturally. Hands above your head. Stretch out your entire body. Hug your knees into your chest for the last time. Roll over onto your side. And push up into a seated position. Inhale. The arms to rise. Exhale to heart center. Namaste.